citizens. You have an obligation to ensure the well-being of the teachers, the administrators, who in a current culture war are attacked from all sides. It's a heavy responsibility. So I want to offer a blessing. May the one who we call by many names watch over you. May the Holy One support you in all your worthy endeavors. May they help you in times of trouble and in times of blessing. May the Holy One help you support the students, the teachers, to live in a world where all voices can be heard, where all are able to share peacefully and compassionately, kindly and lovingly. Let you not hear voices of anger and frustration. Let you not hear any threats, but instead help all understand that are trying to serve the needs of the next generation, putting their needs above our own. Amen. And as a parent of 2 children at the Midtown Academy, I appreciate all that you guys do.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Carry. Color. Ready. Cut. Right pivot. Arch. Forward. Arch.
Hi, we are the Dunedin High School Falconeers,
Maybe
and today we will be singing a song for you entitled Text Me Merry Christmas. It's from the Barbershop Harmony Society, and it's arranged by Adam Scott. I hope you get a laugh out of this one.
This holiday you'll be far away, and I'll be all alone. So please remember this December to fully charge your phone. And text me Merry Christmas. Let me know you care. Just a word or two of text from you will remind me you're still there. You don't have to add much to it. One smiley face will do. Baby, text me Merry Christmas, 'cause I'm missing kissing you. Text me Merry Christmas, make my holiday complete. Though you're far from me, say you'll be RB. That's a text I'll never delete. Use just the right emoji. one that makes me LOL. And if you text me something jolly, then that would be real swell. I don't care if you spell things right, I just want to hear from you tonight. Stroke those keys with your delicate touch, and type those little letters that mean so much. Facebook messages are quite as sweet. I need more from you than just a tweet. A snap on Snapchat doesn't last, and voicemail that's from Christmas past. Ding, ding. Text me Merry Christmas. Send a selfie too. If you do, I'll go meet the mistletoe and pretend my screen is you. Show me that you love me. Text XO to kiss and hug me. I'll be right here waiting for my phone to start ding ding. Text me Merry Christmas, and I will text you too. This Christmas, it's the least that we could do.
That was outstanding. Thank you so much, Ms. Mulholland and the Falconeers for that beautiful performance this morning. Thank you also to our color guard for being here. Moving forward with our agenda, I'd like to introduce today's video. Pinellas County Schools support employees play a critical role in our operation of the entire district. Earlier this month, we honored our support employees and named our Support Employee of the Year. Let's meet the finalists and see who took home that top honor.
My name is Barbara Gray, and I'm a bus driver for Pinellas County Schools. I love being a bus driver because it gives me an opportunity to get up every morning and do something important, which is drive kids safely to school and then pick them up and take them home. It's really an honor to be selected as a finalist to be the Support Employee of the Year for Pinellas County Schools. I feel like it's an opportunity for me to be an even greater role model than what I set out to be. So it gives me an opportunity to work hand in hand with my peers. Support staff really are the backbone of Pinellas County Schools. We just kind of pick each other up every day and help out. It's great when the kids get on the bus and they are excited to go to school, and we just try to make their day important for that short little time that we have them.
Hi, my name is Gary Byron, and I'm the clerk for the Fundamental Office here at Boca Ciega High School. Being recognized is definitely an honor, but it's humbling. You know, I do this job because I love it, and the recognition is beyond anything that I expected. So I worked in corporate America, and then COVID happened, and here I was not ready to retire. So I come with a skill set from a corporate environment where I like to think one step ahead of everybody in the area. So I want to be prepared, have them prepared so that they can do the task that they're set to do. I work with a fantastic team, and I think every day is a reward in and of itself. So every time a kid walks in here, it's an opportunity to make an impact. Have a good day.
Hi, I'm Dawn Hanley. I am the Employee Wellness Specialist, and I work in the Risk Management Department at Pinellas County Schools. When I found out I was a semi-finalist, I was very honored to even get to that level. Then, when I found out a couple weeks ago I was a finalist, I was even more surprised. It was an honor. I mean, I appreciate that my director thought enough of me and the work that I do to nominate me. So my role at Pinellas County is to develop and implement employee wellness programs throughout the district. We try and come up with creative and innovative different ideas to get the word of the wellness out there, because people, when they hear wellness, sometimes they just tend to turn and run. So we try to make it as fun, as interactive as can be. It is very rewarding when someone comes and tells me a success story. We've had the mobile mammography bus here for a couple years now, and there have been several women who, this has saved their lives. So it's very fulfilling and very rewarding to be able to help. It's an honor. I feel very fortunate that I work with people that feel the work I do is important.
We had 5 friends, but 1 left.
Hi, my name is Leah Ryan. I am one of the VPK teachers here at the amazing Orange Grove Elementary.
2, 3.
My job is helping 4 or 5-year-olds adjust to school and get ready for kindergarten mostly. So even though academics is a big part of it, I focus more on the social and the emotions. That's the most of our day, just meeting them where they're at and getting them ready for all aspects of kindergarten. You know, it is easy to be inspired and stay inspired when you see a child that comes in and they're meek or they're scared, and you just give them a loving atmosphere where they can be themselves and do it at their own time. And that's really what keeps me going and inspired. These kids, you know, they love to come to school, and no matter what morning I'm having, that makes my day even better. When I see their smiling faces and their excitement to be here, I know it's going to be a good day.
Hi, I'm Christina Tamero, and I am the food service manager at Largo Middle School. It means a lot to me because it means that my school, my principal, my faculty all recognized me and everything that I do and that I have done here for these students. We like to put as much fruit for them, make everything colorful, make it more appealing for them because you always eat with your eyes, not your stomach. And just so when they come to the line, they see all these choices that they get and how colorful it is and all the decorations for every holiday, makes them want to come through the line and eat and see what you have that day for them. Oh, my staffs are awesome. Love my staff. Couldn't do it without them. They are right hand, left hand, my backbone of this kitchen. We do everything together. Since I came here, we are a family. And just to know that we are here at Pinellas County Schools, giving them the things that they may not get at home and that they come to us is a very, very heartwarming feeling.
Hi, my name's Nicole Martone, and I'm the head plan operator here at Richard L. Sanders. The students are why I do what I do. I get to provide a clean, safe environment for them, but I also love to interact with them. For me, it's a huge thing. I take pride in everything I do. I mean, the outside of my school, the inside of my school, getting to connect with everybody here, I mean, it's a big thing for me. So today I was working on organizing the computers that are in my office, getting my guys set up so they're able to access their emails, and I'd like them to be able to get on and start doing the trainings and different things. I try to encourage them to learn as much as they can in order to move up and become HPO eventually one day too. You know, we're always kind of behind the scenes, so we're not always, you know, noticed like everybody else, but we're a huge part of the school system. We're not always recognized a lot. We keep everything going undercover.
That was outstanding. And so many of those finalists mentioned what an honor it is to come to work each day and work with students. And really, it's truly our honor to have employees that work every single day tirelessly to bring joy to our students and to help see them succeed in whatever capacity that may be. So I wanted to say a deep thank you to all of our support staff for all that they do every single day in each and every school. With that, our Public Information Officer, Isabella Mascarenas, will introduce our professional and community organizations that are here with us today.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Mr. Hendrick, and staff. It is my pleasure to introduce the following representatives of community and professional organizations. From the Pinellas Classroom Teachers Association, we have Nancy Velarde, President. Today, we also have a presentation from the Student Rights and Responsibility Committee. Please welcome Jaden Price Bernard, Crystal Amparato, and Kate Palmer from Dunedin High School and their principal, James Kiplinger.
Welcome.
Good morning. First, we'd like to begin by thanking our principal, Mr. Kiplinger, and Ms. Gonzalez for allowing us the opportunity to be before you today to represent our school. You and the board's continued dedication to our schools, in addition to the work from Madam Chair and Mr. Hendricks, can be seen across Pinellas County. Thank you. My name is Kate Palmer, and I'm a senior at Dunedin High School, part of the top 10 in my graduating class. After high school, I plan on pursuing a degree in graphic design at a Florida university that is still undecided. While at Dunedin, I've had the privilege of being a part of the Fundamental program, which allows us to take 4 higher-level thinking core classes and 3 electives of our choosing. This is one of 10 DAPs, or District Application Programs, that Dunedin offers for students applying to get into the school. These programs also include cosmetology, culinary, NJROTC, architecture, robotics, construction, visual arts, instrumental, and 3DE. I was also a part of the architecture program my freshman and sophomore year, and I learned so much from it. The architecture teacher, Mrs. Baudrin, is a Dunedin alumni, and the program ensures that graduating students leave certified in AutoCAD and Revit. In addition, the robotics program also greatly prepares the students for future careers, and the robotics team went to nationals in 2022, winning the top 5 in 3 different areas. The construction program has just been joined by Mr. Shemansky, a former electrician, and APG, an electrical company, just donated $10,000 worth of supplies this past Sunday, and it was on 4 different news channels. I'm also a part of the art program. Dunedin's visual arts program has allowed me to flourish and strengthen my abilities, preparing me for my degree in art that I'm pursuing. Every year, our art students get the opportunity to submit their pieces to art shows, and we have won at least 1 award in every area of interest. Finally, I would like to highlight some of our successes in sports. The boys tennis team won the 2022 district championship. Our girls softball team has won their 4th straight district championship, and the boys baseball team are district and regional champions who advanced to the state semifinals in 2021 and 2022. Additionally, our boys swim team is currently undefeated, and our football team continues to grow by adding a JV team for the first time in a couple years. Dunedin has been a place where students are able to truly grow and mature in a safe environment, surrounded by people who care about them. I've been able to dive into high school, becoming editor-in-chief of the yearbook this year, student body president of student government, and historian of NHS, as well as playing sports. All these activities have combined to make me a better person, ready for what comes next, and I couldn't thank the school and staff more.
Hello, my name is Jaden Price Barnard, and I'm a senior at Dunedin High School. I have been accepted into and plan on attending Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and pursuing my degree in astronautical engineering with hopes of one day working for NASA or SpaceX on the future of space innovation. At Dunedin High School, I'm in many of the various clubs and programs on campus, currently holding positions of President of NHS, Senior Vice President, and Communications Officer, as well as Section Leader of the Marching Band. Today, I will be focusing on our school's Performing Arts Department, as well as our NJROTC program. I joined our school's marching band during my freshman year, not knowing what a journey the band would bring me on. The band at our school isn't just a band, but is instead an entire culture of supporting one another despite our differences. Our Scottish Highlander marching band's Tooth and Claw show, under the direction of Camille Alicea, was an awesome display of the excellence of our program, earning superiors at MPAs this past November and first place at the Eastlake Classic competition for our division. In addition to this, the concert band at our school during the 2nd semester has performed numerous fantastic concerts, with our Christmas concert happening only this last Thursday. In addition to this, the orchestra at our school is making great progress, continuing to grow not only in numbers, but also by getting straight superiors at their MPAs. Our school's theater department is phenomenal as well, with their performances of Elf, Addams Family, and most recently, Schoolhouse Rock, featuring local middle and elementary schools in the program, having over 80 participants both on stage and in the back, with a minimum of 55 students on stage at any given time. All of these performances had receiving of Broadway Star of the Future awards. The chorus program at our school continues to earn straight superior ratings at their MPAs, with the Falconaires Chorus Group earning straight superiors for states and solo and ensemble. This program allows students of all skill levels to be in the spotlight, with 10 members joining the all-county chorus and multiple performances happening during the year, such as our coffee house performance last week, with over 125 families coming out to watch, and our performance at Disney's Candlelight this coming Friday. The Falconaires perform on their own in multiple occasions, including the Florida Orchestra in Ruth Eckerd Hall at their annual Steinbrenner Christmas event, with over 6,000 members joining us in the audience. In addition to this, our school's NJROTC program is a youth education program sponsored by the Navy whose purpose is to bring out the best in every student. Only a select few schools are fortunate enough to have such a program, and we are proud to be one of them. We are a unit dedicated to teaching cadets service to others above self. Our mission is to prepare the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow by teaching them teamwork and followership, as well as the leadership and management skills needed for success. For active cadets, the greatest benefit is personal growth, leadership development, and the opportunity to realize untapped potential. Cadets who aspire to lead have the opportunity to take on positions of leadership and increased responsibility within the Falcon Navy. Recent accomplishments of the unit include receiving the 2022 Unit Achievement Award for the 6th consecutive year, completing over 2,000 community service acts totaling in over 3,500 hours, the collection of over 2,000 pounds of food and money for donation, raising of over $1,400 for Making Strides Cancer Walk, the collection of 44 units of blood for the One Blood Drive this year. In addition to this, we have earned over 15 trophies this year and 26 last year, which is a unit record. For drill, we have earned the 2022 Armed Exhibition State Champion. We were ranked 10th in overall drill for the state of Florida, and we are in the Nationals of the High School Drill Championship Division, placed 3rd overall. For our academics, we ranked 10th in our academic team for the state of Florida, and we ranked in the top 30 nationally. As far as our interior, we were state champions, receiving 2nd place. We were the USA Junior Nationals 2nd place, and we have over $180,000 of scholarships awarded. Choosing to be a Dunedin Falcon my freshman year was one of the best decisions I have ever made. The school's dedication and love for the students has inspired me to succeed both in school and in my future. And the staff at our school's continued dedication to our students truly reflects through the many programs we offer on campus.
Hello, my name is Crystal Imparato, a senior at Dunedin High School. I plan on pursuing a dual degree in law and business. During my sophomore year, I got to join an amazing organization called Student Government. I worked my way up from being secretary to becoming senior class president of SGA. At first, it was just a club to add to my high school extracurriculars for college application. However, it became a close-knit family, led by our wonderful sponsor, Miss Foley, who became a mentor to all of us. Dunedin just has that great culture of teachers and staff that really hears us and is there to help guide us, especially in our programs like cosmetology and culinary and 3DE, with teachers that have worked in their field in the real world. Due to their experiences, cosmetology earned 1st place in Skills USA vocational competition. These programs allowing graduating students to be licensed in cosmetology and certified in ServSafe. When I first joined the culinary program, it was just being reestablished back into Dunedin, giving us a great teacher, Mr. Roman, who joined us his 1st year coming from working as a chef in high-class restaurants. 3DE is another program Dunedin offers that prepares students for the future business world. They use soft skills, learning to present and build on new ideas. Because it is a newer program, it wasn't offered to us our freshman year. However, if it was, I would have loved to explore its opportunities. I'm very glad that the next generation of students get to be a part of this great program. Dunedin High School is committed to making every student's high school experience the best it could be. I'm so thankful for this school, for allowing me to be my most authentic self. We would like to close with weather permitting. We would like to end with an invitation to our Winterfest festival this Thursday, the 15th. It's from 5 to 9. And thank you again for allowing us this opportunity to represent our school.
Thank you all so much. You did a fantastic job. And thank you to the Dunedin High School principal, Jim Kivlinger, for joining us this morning. Thank you for bringing us such wonderful students. Thank you. Moving on to our agenda. Are there any recommended changes to the agenda, Mr. Hendrick?
Yes, Madam Chair, there is one. Agenda item 7.11, which is a job description for a manager of auditing. It was updated last week and posted online for the public and the board to see to make it more clear and consistent with other job descriptions. That's it.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any other requests or recommended changes to the agenda items? Ms. Peters.
Yes, I would like to pull the job descriptions for 7.11.
All right. We will go ahead and pull 7.11. Are there any other changes? No, seeing none. May I have a motion to adopt the agenda with, as amended?
I move we adopt the agenda as amended.
Second. I have a motion to adopt the agenda by Mrs. Hine and a second by Mrs. Edmond. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Seeing none, that passes unanimously, 7-0. And now, with the changes to the agenda, I'd like to bring 7.11. Do we have, do we need a motion?
No,
No.
Madam Chair, we'll go first to public comment on agenda items before we address any of the agenda.
Do we need to pull 7.11?
No, it's been pulled from the consent agenda, so we'll handle the consent first when we get to it, and then we'll handle 7.11 separately.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Hawk, do we have any public speakers at this time?
Yes, Madam Chair, board members, Mr. Hendrick, we have two speakers this morning for agenda items. The first is Mark Clutho. He is speaking to 7.13, 7.18, and 7.20, followed by Angela D., who is speaking to item 7.11.
All right. And with that, members of the public have 3 separate opportunities to address the board when we gather for business meeting. The first is public comment on agenda items. The second is a public hearing, most of which are policies. And the last is after our meeting when speakers may address the general business of the district. At each opportunity for public input, board members are here to listen to you. This is not a time for us to discuss or to debate. However, the board and the superintendent may clarify statements or refer the speaker to the proper staff person to help them work through any possible concerns. The board is committed to a standard of civility and decorum in conducting our meetings, and we appreciate all of you assisting in maintaining a civil and constructive environment. Thank you. Welcome.
Mark Clutho, Largo. Let's skip 713. 718, Harvard Jolly again. And the job is going to actually cost $3,861,000. And they keep designing bad buildings that mean the world suffers. 720. You've just completed another HVAC system. Of course, that just means more carbon into the atmosphere. What I missed was 719. This is to increase the job by $2,698,000 for a grand total of $65,715,000. And the gymnasium, the cost increases so the gymnasium can serve as a hurricane shelter. Well, why didn't you think of that in the first place? Isn't that the building with all that glass facing the west? Oh, man. How wrong can it be? With headlines report sea rise is clear and present risk. And here, from October 31st, climate crisis gets worse by the day. And CO2 level highest in human history. And Winston Churchill saying, September 12th, 1960. We shape our buildings, thereafter they shape us. Well, you know, I guess you need that building to protect people when you make the stupid buildings that make our
Thank you. Angela D.
Hi, good morning. Congratulations, Stephanie and Dawn. And also congratulations, Lisa and Caprice, on your reelection. I just wanted to speak on 7.11. I know it's been pulled, but okay, you guys need to decide what works and what doesn't work because you're all over the place, okay? So I've questioned you over and over and over again to show me the evidence, show me the proof, show me the statistics that this behavioral stuff that you're doing actually works, and you've sent me nothing. I've asked several times. What you did send me was this fancy PDF claiming that it does work, okay? All right, so if it does work, then why do you need to hire a director of behavioral services? Okay? Legit question. And I know we can't have dialogue, but anyway, so over here is what you guys have been implementing and spending millions of dollars on. And by hiring this person right here is like pouring, this is a dumpster fire, what you have. Hiring this person over here is gasoline, pouring it on the dumpster fire. Fix the stuff that is not working. Problem solved.
There are no more speakers for agenda items.
With no speakers at this time, we'll move to the consent agenda. May I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as amended? I have a movement for approval by Mrs. Meyer and a second by Mrs. Hine. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No, it passes 7-0. All right, with that being said, we're going to discuss 7.11. We need a motion.
Motion.
Can I please have a motion for the recommended amendment, or to hear the 7.11 discussion? Right?
Move approval of the job descriptions that were presented in 7.11.
I have a movement for approval.
Second.
And a second by Ms. Edmond, and we're going to open it to discussion. Ms. Peters, would you like to go first?
Thank you, Mrs. Kane. As a new school board member, I'm sure you all remember and many of you understand there is a learning curve to this job. And with that, I just feel that I have not had enough time to thoroughly investigate the 2 new job descriptions that we have coming to the coming up today. And I would ask that we table those to a future meeting for final or for vote, so that myself or any other board members that would like to meet with those departments and educate ourselves on what those positions are, how those departments work, specifically the behavior services director, but also the auditor. I just would like to understand more about those departments and be able to speak to those departments and have a dialogue and a conversation, as I just have not had that opportunity with the time allotted to me at this time. Thank you.
Ms. Meyer?
Yes, thank you. I actually agree with Ms. Peters. I have some questions in regards to the behavior services role. And I want to thank staff for answering the questions that I've had so far, but every time I get those questions answered, I have more questions. And so Mrs. Edmond had requested that we hear from behavior services in an upcoming workshop. And we are hopefully having that presentation coming soon. And so I would like to also table that just until we have an opportunity to hear from that department.
Mrs. Hine?
Thank you. I've asked questions around this also, and I would just mention, Mr. Hendrick, when I started my job as executive director of an organization, one of the first things I did was look at organizational structure and the right people in the right places, and how do we improve outcomes, and could there be a different department, and how could this look? And you being our superintendent with a vision, I believe that you have come in and you've been here a while and you've looked and you've thought about how could this organizational structure shift people in the right places to do better, to have better outcomes. So I just want to say that I respect that, and I do understand the idea, though, of us all understanding it better, making sure that we understand what that organizational structure shift is, what the hopes of doing that is, and so maybe a little more understanding in that. But I just want to say I understand it and I support it. As a leader, you have to make those kinds of executive opportunities to improve your organization. Is there any negative outcome to delaying this for a little more time?
I appreciate your comments. Just to rewind a little bit, when we brought the initial job description to focus more on behavior and school climate, we did lay out all of those things as part of that vision. So this is just a portion of that. In terms of a delay, no. I mean, schools are operating today as we sit here. And so as we do that, we're providing services to schools in the ways that we do. And this will enhance those services. And as we laid out at the workshop when we presented this. But like any job description, it takes time to fill. And so we're going to move forward with supporting schools either way.
All right, Mrs. Zambit.
Thank you very much. Since the workshop, I've had the opportunity to meet with Mrs. Mowat, Dr. Brown, Mrs. Texel, and I think it's important that we are all aware of how this department is going to run. Thank you very much, Mr. Hendrick, for updating and providing the organizational chart with the new job description. But I also think that there's a lot that comes with this. So to the same point that has been previously mentioned, I think it's very important that we know, all of us know, how this department is going to function in meeting the needs of each and every child. And with the shift in support professionals like in instructional staff, like the behavior analysts, assistant behavior analysts, behavior technicians, I think it's also critical that we understand how the ESE department works and what this shift will do. And again, I would like to thank the staff that I've had the opportunity to speak with. It's provided a lot of insight, and I would like my colleagues to be aware of that information as well.
Any further comments or questions, board members? Mrs. Cook?
Yeah, I'd like to make just one comment. If we go through with the vote and the vote fails, the job description is done. If we postpone it, then we have the opportunity to gather the information and come back at a later time.
Yes.
So if that's what we want to do, we would then need a motion to postpone.
Right. Ms. Edmond?
I would like to make a motion to postpone the approval of the Director, Behavior Services.
All right, I have a motion to postpone 7.11, the job description for Director of Student Services. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Mrs. Peters.
Madam Chair, if I may just clarify, so the motion only related to one of the three job descriptions? There are three job descriptions on 7.11. I assume Mrs. Edmond did that intentionally?
Yes.
Okay, so the motion on the table is to postpone the Director of Behavior Services job description, not the other two. And so if another board member wanted to make a motion related to those, you could make a motion to do all of them if you'd like, or Ms. Peters, your second, just to clarify, is just for that one job description. Yes, very good. Thank you.
All right, so we are voting on just the one job description currently, just for clarification. And right now we have a motion to postpone and a second. We're going to take a vote. All in favor of postponing the job description, say aye. Any opposed? None opposed, it passes 7-0. So we are going to postpone that job description as separately from the other two job descriptions in 7.11. So now we would need to make a decision on the rest of 7.11, which would be the other two job descriptions. And do we have a motion for approval of those two job descriptions remaining?
Motion for approval.
I have a motion for approval by Mrs. Myers. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Mrs. Cook. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are no opposed. It passes 7-0 for the remaining two job descriptions in 7.11.
And Madam Chair, if I may, just a little bit of a postscript. Now that that board has taken that action, then it will be up to Superintendent Hendrick to determine when the future date will be when he will bring that back, if he decides to bring it back. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Moving to non-consent to 8.1, may I have a motion to approve the item, the request approval of the amended 2022 to 2023 instructional calendar? I have a motion by Mrs. Long. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Hine. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Hendrick for the introduction of the item.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As the public knows and the board knows, we missed a number of schools because of weather this year, and it's time to make one up. So our calendar committee did meet, and I'm going to ask Mrs. Texel to share the results of that.
Good morning, Madam Chair, school board members, Mr. Hendrick, and staff. I am here this morning to review the details of the recommendation to amend the 22-23 instructional calendar, and specifically the change of the date of the Hurricane Makeup Day from December 23rd to March 20th for this year. I know this was reviewed at the last week's board workshop to allow for discussion purposes, but as a recap, the district did close schools for 4 days after Hurricane Ian, and then one more day due to Hurricane Nicole. In order to meet the required number of minutes, students will need to make up 1 day. Nicole impacted us in mid-November, if you remember, about a week before our Thanksgiving break, much later in the season and closer to the winter break than previous years may have occurred. Based on concerns that we were receiving at the time, we did reconvene the calendar committee, which is, as you know, is represented by parents, teachers, students, support staff, administration, district representatives, PCTA, PESPA, as well as some community groups. We met on November 28th in order to receive some input and some feedback. The committee noted that March 20th, 2023 was already an identified possible makeup day and made the recommendation to hold the makeup day on March 20th, 2023. So if approved this morning, the 22-23 instructional calendar will be adjusted as follows. March 20th, which was a school-based professional development teacher planning day and no school for students, will now be a regular student day with students in attendance. Bus drivers who were not scheduled to work on March 20th will now work and will be compensated for this additional day of work. So we thank you for your consideration of this request and return it to you.
Thank you so much. Seeing no discussion, I have a motion on the floor and a second for the approval of item 8.1, the approval of the amended 2022-2023 instructional calendar. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, it passes 7-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we are going to new business. First, we have items introduced by the superintendent. Mr. Hendrick, do you have any items for us?
I do. Thank you, Mrs. Kane. It's our first meeting since Thanksgiving, and we're ready to take another break soon. But during that Thanksgiving break, we did a Thanksgiving challenge to keep our students engaged over the break and keep them learning. And just in elementary alone, we had 25,000 students participate, reading 8,500 books and 300,000 pages in those books. In our middle schools, we had thousands of students participate, and our schools with the highest participation and won the contest were Carwise Middle School and Thurgood Middle School, Thurgood Marshall Fundamental Middle School. And in high school, we had 9,000 students in our reading classes participate. So really great participation, and we'll be running another challenge over the coming holiday break. A couple of events that recently occurred. Our ESE, our Special Education Fair for College, Career, and Life, took place December 7th at Pinellas Technical College. We had a great turnout and provided information to hundreds of students and families. And thanks to Mrs. Mowat and her team for creating this annual important event. As you saw in our video today, we named Nikki Martone our Support Employee of the Year. She's the head plant operator at Richard L. Sanders Exceptional Center and goes beyond to ensure safety for her students and staff, making it a point to engage with students each and every day. We also recently had our first district student showcase. It took place on December 1st at Hollins High School. I want to thank our teaching and learning staff, Dr. Dan Evans, Ellen Truskowski, Principal Bob Florio, and all the faculty and staff who made such a memorable event for our families and potential families. We had sports activities, basketball, flag football, arts performances, a grilled cheese contest that was won by Tarpon Springs High School's culinary, and I can attest to that. It was outstanding, as were all 5 entries. I can attest to all of them. Also want to remind the public and our parents and students that currently we are in the middle of our progress monitoring assessment number 2, the Florida Assessment of Student Thinking, or FAST. The window opened on December 5th, and our students are taking those reading and math assessments now as part of the state's new assessment plan. Those are from kindergarten through 8th grade for all students, and then 9th and 10th grade for reading as well. Our parents can see sample questions at flfast.org/families and can find the results for their students about a day later under reports in Focus. Our pre-kindergarten application period ends tomorrow. This includes all VPK and pre-K 3. It ends tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We've moved that process up this year to accommodate families who wanted to know their VPK spot before other things for next year for the regular district application program. You can contact our website or contact our early childhood education office or visit our website for more information. It's also time right now that we are doing our annual climate survey. Every year we survey students, staff, and families to gather their opinions to identify areas for improvement, success, and growth. The survey is administered independently by K-12 Insight, and all answers are anonymous. K-12 Insight, along with our Research and Accountability Department, analyze the results and create a report that is used with the public and staff to move the district forward. I want to congratulate Davis Elementary School, Lila Davis, for collecting and delivering supplies to Colonial Elementary School in Lee County. They had been working for weeks and weeks and weeks, and recently on December 3rd, drove to deliver the supplies and meet with their counterparts in their elementary school. They sponsored a breakfast for the staff the day before students returned, and they've been doing some writing back and forth with the students. It's a great example of many of our schools who have reached out to those in need. After today, we have just 7 more school days before the end of the first semester. I want to wish our students good luck in middle school and high school as they take their exams next week, and wish all of our students and staff happy holidays, and look forward to seeing everyone refreshed in 2023. And finally, today's superintendent standout is Laura Ouimet, a speech-language pathologist at Skyview Elementary. Her faculty says she's an invaluable resource for students, staff, and school. She's officially our speech-language pathologist, but goes well above and beyond her job to help students and teachers. She brainstorms ideas and makes suggestions that teachers can actually use in the classroom. We are so thankful for her assistance and dedication. Thank you to Mrs. Ouimet and all of our employees for their job each and every day. That's it, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Next, we will have any items introduced by the school board attorney, Mr. Kapersky.
Madam Chair, I have no report today. Thank you.
All right, no report. That's always good. Thank you all so much. Any board members who would like to speak? This would be any discussion? I'm not seeing them. Oh, Mrs. Hahn. Okay.
First, I'd like to start by welcoming Mrs. Woodford. I'm so glad you're up here. I very much value your experience and your expertise, and thank you for being willing to take this leadership role in the district. Yeah. And then just with it being the holiday season, I thought I would share with our community here. Somebody asked me a while ago what my favorite thing about living in Pinellas was. And there are a lot of things I love about living in Pinellas, but one of them that I'll share with you because of the holidays is that we are on a peninsula. So we have pretty good access to both the sunrise and the sunset. And of course, we're entering the darkest time of year, literally, right? As far as the length of the day, heading towards the winter solstice. It's a dark time of year. It causes reflection and quiet. For some people, this is a hard time of year. With that darkness brings that reflection and maybe loss. But immediately the days start to get longer. And I think there's just such hope in thinking about that. And because of that darkness, it's no coincidence that our celebrations of faith surround light, whether that light is a star or the light is candles. All of these faith celebrations are around light. And I wanted to offer you on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, something that our family does, which I just wanted to share with you, is we go out to the bay, Tampa Bay, or no, we go out to the beach on New Year's Eve, and we wave goodbye to the sun. And you say goodbye to the year, and you let everything go, and you bring a potluck dinner, and kids come, and all that kind of thing. And then the next morning, you get up early, and you bring hot cocoa, and you go to Tampa Bay, and you say good morning to the sun, and good morning to the new year, and think about all of the possibilities. So I was sharing that with someone the other day. They thought, oh, that's really neat. So I thought I just wanted to share it with all of you. You can go say goodbye to the sun, and good morning the next day to the new year and all of its possibilities. So I just want to wish everyone here who I so value working with and being in community with the peace of the Lord this season and the light of faith and all the possibilities of the future. So God bless.
So much. Thank you. Ms. Peters?
It's going to be hard to follow that, Ms. Hine. Thank you, Mrs. Hine. I just want to say thank you to the other board members, the staff at Pinellas County Schools District for being very helpful up to this point and embracing us and welcoming us and offering not just here's the information you asked for, but what else can we do? And everybody has just been an amazing part of that. And I am really, really excited and looking forward to serving this community and working with the people within this district. So thank you for just everybody just being so amazing. I appreciate it.
Mrs. Cook?
Okay. I'd like to officially welcome our two new board members. This is your first meeting. You made it through. Congratulations. In addition, I don't want to terrify people, but we are only 12 days away from Christmas. But I want to just wish everyone, students, staff, parents, a wonderful holiday season. I hope they're refreshed and come back eager and anxious to learn, and I'm looking forward to the 2023. Welcome. We're glad to have you as well. This is your first official meeting, Ms. Woodford, and we appreciate what you're going to be doing in the future with us, too. So, board members, Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays.
Thank you very much. Further board comments? No, I'd like to just wish everybody a very merry and wonderful holiday season. No matter what you celebrate, I hope that you would get some much needed rest and relaxation through the break, that you had beautiful time with family. And I wish you all the very, very best, and we will see you in the new year. This is our last meeting of this calendar year. And so thank you all very much for being here, and we wish you all the very best. Mrs. Woodford, are there any board requests? I didn't hear any, but just...
No new requests, although I did add clarity to your request for the next workshop to include the organizational chart as well as a better understanding of how ESC will align with that work.
Thank you so much. Oh, Ms. Edmond, did you have some? Go ahead.
On the workshop topic form, I go into more detail. Thank you.
And before we perform our board meeting evaluation, we will adjourn the meeting and move to public participation at this time. And with that,